Alright, so it's been about a day grinding or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I just finished completing two different shopping lists. One for this tree farm right here. This is a redesigned tree farm that I had previously or whatever. I broke it down there. It was on that platform down there. I broke down the original and basically redesigned it and built it back up over here. So this is the material list for the entire build right here, and skips certain blocks or whatever that I didn't need, which is this basically represents the trees or whatever from the build. I just went back in and physically put in the saplings or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everything else here was a little bit of a grind. You know what I'm saying? This is a grind. This is a grind. Um, the glowstone wasn't too bad. The gantry shafts were a little bit of a grind. The linear chassis is a little bit of a grind. Hoppers were definitely a grind because it's Greg Tech recipes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this other stuff is just residual stuff that I had left over from another shopping list or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I got the whole thing completed. Um, put it into the world and all that. You know what I'm saying? And this is my smelter that I had down there at the tail end of this platform over there. I broke it down and put it down here because what I'm gonna do is build up the smelter underneath this and connect it to a brass chute and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have a filter on it and redstone a little bit of redstone connected to it or whatever, so the loss can drain out of the storage system and get processed in the charcoal and all that. And I'm still working on the transportation system, but it's a little bit of a complex recipe because I have Greg Tech recipes in there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But down here, this is entirely done, and then this is the other recipe that I was grinding up for, basically. Why am I missing blocks out of here? So this basically fills out this entire recipe right here, and that's for this. This is the next build right here. As soon as it want to load in. Alright, so never mind the streaking. That's the copper wires or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Bugging out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's attached to these generator coils. But that's for this right here. This build right here. So go to F4 mode. I already showcased this in Creative World or whatever. This is the next one. This is so I can actually start Greg Tech for real and have like infinite energy. I'm definitely not gonna build it right here though. It's not gonna be on this platform. I have to build a little platform down there for this because I'm trying to separate these large scale builds or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to separate them by at least 6 chunks. You know what I'm saying? I started separating all my major builds by 4 chunks. So that one right there separated from 4 chunks from the little starter strip right here. This little starter strip and all that. That has my little workshop and all that on there. Let me put this back. All right, there we go. Yeah. So that's done. In the meantime, I made this right here. This is part of the web displays mod or whatever. It's basically just a tablet. So I've been coming in and watching YouTube videos. This is Tubi right now, so watching Tubi movies and stuff like that while I'm doing all of this. And I upgraded my backpack. My backpack is currently on diamond. This took a lot. So this is diamond block right here. 2 more diamonds. Then it was gold. I previously had it on a regular common backpack or whatever. So I just upgraded that. The diamonds weren't too hard. All this diamond armor, all enchanted. These are all like basic level enchants. I don't have any bookshelves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I got like 10,000 diamonds or whatever in my system already. You know what I'm saying? So the web displays mod that I had sitting up there before, whatever. I moved everything down here. So this one set to YouTube. That's connected to this keyboard and this router. This one set to Google, connected to this keyboard and this router or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All this works fine or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't really use it really right now, but it's a nice little viewing area or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I'm down here like alloying different metals or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I could come down here and just use this and all that, because this takes a little bit because these are steam uh, machines or whatever. So you know, it takes a little hot minute. These machines got to fill up with steam first before they can do anything. So I need to go out down there anyway because I got to make some redstone flux cells, and that requires a electrum, which is a metal alloy that's gold and silver alloy together and all that. Oh yeah, but that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too much to really show. I still really haven't progressed in the quest book because I'm having really more fun using create really than just going straight into Greg Tech. But I really want to integrate create with Greg Tech because a lot of people when they use create in the pack they just use it for the beginning game or whatever, and then they stop using it entirely and then start using the other tech mod without integrating the two. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to do that. I want to just integrate it. You know what I'm saying? It's either they use create in the beginning, drop create, start using the tech mod, or they use create for most of the thing and most of the pack and forget about the other tech mod. But they never integrate both of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to do is integrate everything together, or whatever. Even with the base builds that I did in the beginning, these base seething systems or whatever that I made in the beginning, and the two cobblestone generators right here that I'm looking at. I was trying to integrate all the different mods together. You know what I'm saying? And it came out looking dope. They both look like engines. You know what I'm saying? This is unless I tell you what this is, you're not gonna know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Until I go over there and show you. So why I put the free cam mod in and everything else like that. You know, these are storage silos right here. You know what I'm saying? It's all automated sifting system, fully automatic. You know what I'm saying? Two different cobblestone generators. I call this the marble machine down here, but it's basically a Cobbleworks. You know what I'm saying? The two front modules. This is one module right here. The two front modules produce gravel, and then this back one produces sand, and this top one right here, the three layer one produces dust or whatever. Same thing on this side, and all of these are linked to ender chests and all that. The ender chests are set to different frequencies, so um, they send all the dust and gravel and cobblestone to these four different sifting systems or whatever. They process everything down and send everything over into actually into this system, but back into this right here, into that ender chest right there. The ender chest comes over here, and I have to get a little bit closer. But I have a smelting system all the way down there. These are all different builds or whatever that I showcased before in previous videos and all of that. But this is to just kind of reiterate where I'm at and what I've done so far or whatever. But yeah, this build down here is a bulk smelter or whatever. Uh, Smell a couple 100,000 items per second. You know what I'm saying? Fully battle tested and everything, and creative like most of all my builds or whatever. Um, yeah, so everything down here is on a frequency as well. You know what I'm saying? This pulls in all the different metals and whatever that gets from the sifting system or whatever, smelts them down in the ingots, and then sends them all the way back here. It sends it all the way back here to all two right here. You know what I'm saying? These storage slices right here. This is my entire storage system for my metals or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it sends everything back there. All the ingots back there, all the raw unprocessed ores or whatever stay inside the storage silos. You know what I'm saying? I have everything turned off now, so it's not sending anything over here to reduce lag and all that. You know what I'm saying? But everything's still working properly. And this blue section right here in the middle, this is another cobblestone generator. This is a lot faster than both of these two modules up here. I turned these two modules off early in the playthrough or whatever, and only using this one right here. But this is so fast that I can feed all of this, you know what I'm saying, and supply all of these back here. no issue, no problem, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the tree farm was because I need wood. I need the wood for uh andesite casings for create, and I also need it for charcoal, and more specifically for charcoal because that's what's kind of slowing me down and stopping me from getting into Greg Tech, like fully into Greg Tech or whatever, because I gotta make steel. And steel is nothing but iron and anything that has a high carbon, and that's charcoal or coal or whatever that's gonna give you high carbon. That's what's gonna make steel. You know what I'm saying? So I have my basic Greg Tech multi blocks right here. Have three more over there. I have a lot of different processing systems over here. You know what I'm saying? This right here is making me springs. You know what I'm saying? This is for a separate mod, Create Vintage mod, making me springs, which is a base component for that mod or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This system down here, these four deployers right here, is basically andesite casing maker. I have crushing wheels right here. You know what I'm saying? Clutches for that and everything else. Uh, I have a smelter right here, basic smelter right here. I have a smoker right here with the campfire. I have a plate maker right here, a sawmill, the sawmill and cut different blocks, a mixer to do a couple of mixing recipes. This right here is a super chest. I found out this is really a good block or whatever from Greg Tech. This could hold 4 million items. This is basically a lot of better than the storage drawer, but it is a lot more complex to make because it's made out of steel plates, but holds 4 million items. You know what I'm saying? Once I get up to the point where I can mass produce steel or whatever, I'm making a bunch of these. I'm not even gonna use storage drawers anymore. This is making latex. These are arboreal extractors from thermal expansion. I used to use these heavily back in the day or whatever to make power and all that. And they're pulling latex out of the jungle tree and then sending it through this pipe from the pipes mod into a spout from Create. And you put buckets on top of the depot and then spouts out and have 24 buckets of that. And you need the latex in order to cure it and make rubber so you can coat your wires and all that. So I have a bunch of tin cables and redstone alloy cables and a bunch of different types of cables from Greg Tech or whatever that I made using this. This is the rest of the processing line or whatever. I have different stone barrels with different recipes. This is making black stone with witch water from X9 Low. This is making dirt from leaves. I have this one down here, mycelium spores. This is making witch water from mycelium and water and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I have a barrel dumping cobblestone into this barrel to make black stone. Making lava over here with these crucibles. This is all this early game stuff that I basically started with, making cobblestone over here. This is basically the first cobblestone generator that I had. Bucket with a spout to spout water onto different blocks or whatever. This is how I was first getting dirt and everything. I got my mechanical crafter right here. I just finished making the extendo grip or whatever, so that's the reason why the blocks are configured like this or whatever. This is my first power system and everything right here. And I just basically kept it so, it's like my little basic little workshop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everything's manual and everything. But it works or whatever. Over here I'm making bone meal. You're shearing off leaves off the tree, throw them in here. Throw them into the advanced composer. It's a Greg Tech machine. Make bone meal from that. Using a bone meal on I got 2 strips of grass blocks down there. That's where the sheep came from. He spawned down there. Tinker's workbench or whatever. This is why I'm using it to charge right here the Direwolf mod. You know what I'm saying? The copy paste gadget and the building gadget. Very powerful gadgets or whatever. I was testing the create new age mod from right here. So this is charging this energy converter down there. It's gonna charge this table over here, and this is basically infinite power. It's basically a solar cell. This is my storage system right here, the first storage system, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can see everything in there. Anything else? Oh yeah, I have these wireless tablets on me that allows me to access the main stores. I named both of them in the anvil. I have two of them. The other one's in my backpack. This one is connected to the storage system back there, so I can see all the metals that I have on me. So if I pull this one out, take a look at it. 141,936 iron ingots. You know what I'm saying? So you can see it's pretty crazy. It's the reason why I ended up turning off the sifting system and all that, because it was getting backed up anyways. It's bottlenecking because it wasn't fast enough to collect all the items. Um, yeah, so I can walk anywhere down here if I'm doing something. Get access to my entire system. Yeah, and that's basically where I'm at. So I'm already at the. I swear to God, it rains all the time. I'm already at the point where I can actually get into Greg Check for real. You know what I'm saying? Not just like the little, you know, very basic, very primitive multi blocks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like this one is making me still. This SBF or whatever. I actually need this like for real, for real. This is making my mycelium whatever. This is how I made leather. You know what I'm saying? By putting mycelium spores in here and compacting it. Yeah, this is how I made obsidian. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to test if I can go to the nether. So, I made 10 obsidian in this or whatever. Lit it up. Come to find out another portals don't work. I looked it up. Come to find out you have to make the stargates to actually get to the nether and the end and all that. The actual stargates from the actual movie and the film and all that. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I'm a fan of because, I'm into science fiction like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, that's basically it. So this is everything I got. I gotta check for real, like what's actually, because I didn't take anything out of these barrels, so something is actually missing, and hopefully it's not something important or whatever. But still, I could throw this schematic into the schematic cannon and set it to not skip any items. You know what I'm saying? You can set it to not skip any items, and so it'll actually stop if something is missing or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? I just got to build up the next platform that I could take these barrels down. I actually physically walked all of these barrels down here. That's part of another my from all the way over there because it was over there by my PBF or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this is how I did it. You know what I'm saying? This is the create mod or whatever. You shift and right click and you can pick barrels and stuff up with all its contents in it. You're just gonna walk around extremely slow. So I walked 4 chunks over here from here because there's 4 chunks of empty space in here to put it down right here. I just didn't want to walk it down here because this is 6 more chunks, and then I gotta make another platform which is 6 more chunks out because I wanted to have it separated from this to place it down into the world and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because this particular build right here is 6 chunks by 2 chunks, I believe. It's the same size as this right here because this is 6 chunks by 2 chunks. So yeah, but that's where I'm at in the world, and so hopefully next time I'll do a video or whatever, it'll be actually built up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. I still haven't put the transport system in. I know what I'm gonna do. This pack has the Ender's Wand or whatever. I left it all the way down there. It has the no, not the Ender's Wand. It's called the Traveler Staff. The Traveler Staff and the Ender Blocks or whatever from the old End.io tech mod or whatever from back in the day and all that. So they made it as a separate smaller mod or whatever. But I can't get them to work the way they did in End.io. I don't know what it is, if it's buggy or something or whatever it is. But I'm gonna use the chain conveyors from the new Create 6.0 update or whatever to actually travel along this path. It's also actually entertaining to actually travel that way. You know what I'm saying? When I get it set up, whatever, you'll see what I mean. Yeah. I gotta put buckets in here in these dispensers, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is the actual power system. This whole line of water wheels or whatever. These are the small water wheels. It's 256 stress units per wheel. and there's 20 of them, so that equals 5,000 stress units. That's enough to set this rotational speed controller to 256 RPMs, which is the max that you could set it to. So that's the max speed that you could have it. So this entire thing runs extremely fast. Um, Something else that I needed to set up with this, and I forgot what it was. The items in the hopper clock. So the hopper clock needs 4.5 stacks items. So I'm gonna just put wood blocks in there or whatever. I don't have it on me right now. I don't think I have it in the system right now. And then the terminal's out of range right now. Yeah, but that's all I really gotta do is just to set this up. Once I set that up, I can go ahead and turn the system on, and then let it collect wood. And this is fully automated. You know what I'm saying? I showcase this already in the creative world. This is fully automated, so once it starts going, I don't have to do anything else. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 4.5 stacks inside of the hopper clock. This is gonna go off like every 4 to 5 minutes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna give time for all of these trees to actually grow. It's gonna cut them all the way down. Then the system's gonna wait down here, give this time to grow, and then go backwards, and then cut down the rest of the trees, because a lot of trees grow extremely fast when there's a player in the area and it has the lights or whatever. So by the time it gets down there, most of these trees are gonna be growing back. You know what I'm saying? So I did a run on this. I got about 10,000 logs in an hour. You know what I'm saying? A test run on this. You know what I'm saying? This redesign took a couple of hours. Took like about maybe 5 6 hours, because I was trying to design uh, this part down here to actually function correctly. You know what I'm saying? So it can go back and forth, because I wanted to actually sense when the logs are actually grown, and then it would automatically cut back on. But I couldn't get it to work that way. So sometimes when you design a redstone or whatever, it's like the simplest solution is sometimes the best solution, and the simplest solution, which is just to put a redstone clock on it. You know what I'm saying? And Hyper Clock allows it to be, more configurable and adjustable or whatever. So, yeah, that's what I did with that anyway.